Now it's working. Now we just gotta make sure. I think I'm on the wrong account. That's okay.
This seems like a seriously slide. If you're a self-proclaimed perfectionist, even the smallest thing out of place can be incredibly frustrating. One homeowner hit you.
Maybe not.
This years. This horrendously mismatched alignment isn't something that ever even pass again.
Okay.
That, I guess. Whoever designed this control panel.
Yep.
Okay. The buttons on this thing look more like a
Help! Help! Alright. Alright. Let me call my niece. I'm gonna play some Minecraft, so yeah. Hey Siri. Call Julie on speaker.
Calling Julie on speaker.
Imagine making it to the top of the Eiffel Tower to see this. This unlucky tourist was just a few minutes late to see the tower.
I'm live.
Alright, give me like a second.
Oh my god. Jason is gonna kill me.
Why?
Oh my god, he's gonna kill me, dude. There was a freaking creeper by his castle and it blew up.
What did it blow up?
Like literally on his castle.
Did it just blow up his castle?
Yeah, it's the castle. Julie, I went to school today and now I'm the mascot. That's legit fun as fuck. Like literally, they let you skip classes because you're the mascot. It's fun as fuck.
But you actually went to work.
Huh? Bro, it's so fun. They're gonna let me skip classes. Plus, I had to go because my orientation was today too.
Raymond was today, but he missed it. Yeah.
Dumbass.
Mom forgot about it. No.
Mom forgot about
He
it.
told you the other day at one time. She was that mad.
It's not your mom's responsibility to remember.
It really ain't.
You are the son and also the one who got, notified. This is why you're not ready. This is why you're not ready. So, Julie, how hard was 7th grade?
Pretty easy.
Okay, bet.
But I missed, like, one process.
So,
No, I actually did. Because
I have ELA. Bro, I heard my ELA teacher and my homeroom teacher. Like, my ELA teacher is my homeroom teacher, right? Guess what happened? My best friend's mom, guess what she called her? She said, "See you next Tuesday." Spell that out. Like, without the see you next, Like, just the first letter of each word.
S?
No. See. Oh, wait. No. See you next Tuesday. Wait, like with a C instead of a S-E-E.
C-Y-U.
No. Don't spell it all together. Just say the first letter of each word. C-U.
And T.
Cunt. Yeah. That's what my bestie's mom called. Oh yeah, so I'm kind of mad at myself. Alright, Julie, follow me.
After a national holiday way back in Beijing, in August 2010, a similar incident occurred.
Alright. Julie, this shit is funny. But it's also, I'm pissed.
You're lagging so hard.
Okay, well that sucks. Alright. Come to where my old house was, kind of.
Old house, that old house.
Do you not remember, like, in that one mountain? Alright, do you see this part that looks like a door over here? You see this? So I took my iron sword or freaking pickaxe, and I mined all this shit. And I forgot that I had the mending on it. It broke.
The one thing you needed not to do break.
So, you know, now I'm stuck lonely here. But at least I have all this cobblestone. I'm turning it into stone right now.
If there's one way to make someone more comfortable on their birthday, besides constructing your favorite sneaker out of meat, it's certainly.
Hang on, I'm gonna text Sydney and see if she wants to go on the live stream real quick.
I'm convinced it's going to stop someone from being extra cautious with it, but there's certain things that are so hideous you just can't look away. And this woman's bizarre tongue is most definitely one of them. These enormous
Sydney.
might seem like the result of some horrific accident.
My girlfriend, Sydney!
Except for her say it's still in pain, this just requires a little extra rush. But it's still hell uncomfortable to look at. Which of these things make your toes curl the most?
Nothing.
Down below. Thanks for watching.
Julie, come on, stop, for real. You know I don't have a big axe. Well, I do, but I don't.
You should totally look in there. Or it's totally not.
What's missing? Oh, you can keep the stone.
Over 40 billion Oreos are made every single year. It's the world's most popular manufactured cookie. The geometric design stamped into these cookies has the Nabisco logo, the symbol of European quality, surrounding the word Oreo. William Tournier created the chocolate cookie design we see today back in 1952. Of wireless technology, but if you've seen one, you might have noticed the rings at the base of the plug. One ring means single.
Bro, my girlfriend's joining the live.
Here, while three rings means you've got stereo and a microphone built in. Now, the iconic orange, red, purple, yellow, and lime green rings are Fruit Loops, hide a deep.
Alright, bro.
They don't.
I'm finna get back on.
Fruit flavors. All those
Alright.
same fruit flavors.
Alright, bro.
Together, the colors are just right.
Sydney's joining.
You wanna come with me, like, with mining?
Wait, what?
You wanna come with me mining?
I'll come mining with you, hang on. Huh?
Really north at all.
Same here.
The north pole of a compass magnet points toward the north because the north and south attract. Earth's south magnetic pole is near the geographic north, while the north pole is near Earth's
Should I keep the sword?
confusing, isn't it? Those little red spots you sometimes see after you crack it.
I'm keeping the sword, and should I bring a bed?
Tiny blood spots can be caused by a small rupture in the blood vessel as it was.
You should bring a bed too, because I'm not finna be going mining for you not to have a bed, so we can't go to sleep.
It won't affect the taste of the earth. It's comforting.
Brain food.
Go to bed right now. I already did.
Cultures like Chinese, Malay, and
Yeah, I can't sleep.
it originally meant a pickled fish sauce. Ketchup is also an acceptable spelling used. However,
It won't let me go to sleep, bro.
the most popular way to spell these days.
Trying to do something.
Airbnb's logo
What
is
should I bring?
paperclip as a mason.
It's not nighttime yet.
Bella, as it's called, for
I know.
longing, means more than that. There's the person's head, the location symbol, and a heart for love.
I need
All
this.
joined together, they make Airbnb's iconic A and simple
Bro, she just said K. That means that she's joining.
natural red for food coloring.
So I mean,
What?
doesn't really mean anything.
Bro, I said, babe, are you gonna join my live stream? She said, no. I said, babe, if you're joining my live stream, then my info. I told her what my gaming thing was, and she was like, K. That means that she's gonna join. She didn't say K, but I can't join because, you know, whatever.
Is the English translation of its Chinese name. Those maintenance covers in the street are allowed for safety reasons. In past civilizations, like ancient Rome, manholes, that's what they were called back then, were square-shaped slabs of
I hope I don't take fall damage. Oh, nope, I didn't.
were prone to accidents. If they weren't placed properly, a square cover could slip through the square hole diagonally. Ow. Placing a round cover eliminated this problem. The circle cover.
Wait, are we going in the nether or are we going down that freaking staircase?
Tomato isn't technically
Nah, we're going
vegetable,
to a
but a
different
fruit.
place.
Banana
Wait, we're going down the staircase, you said?
trees or trees at all.
We're going to
They're
like look at
herbs.
those.
Banana is
Bruh.
considered an herb because it
Oh yeah, I gotta bring a pickaxe too, hang on.
a tree does. Instead, it forms a
If you find any iron, can I please have it?
grass or its cousin ginger.
Maybe.
Like, I need 3 pieces, that's it, because I need to,
Bridge color.
I need to buy, I need to make a,
The bridge's original color was suggested to be many other colors, such as
you know what I mean.
with even candy cane to make it visible for passing ships and aircraft, especially in the frequent San Francisco fog. But when the steel arrived, covered in an orange primer to protect it from rust, the architect preferred the international orange color.
Kid, why can't I put this shit back?
Because you have full spots almost.
Smart and ergonomic design to help
Do you
your
see
wrists
that?
sit better.
You still have 2 spots, that's it.
Too long can tire
You see
and
what
hurt your
it's doing in my
wrists,
chest?
plus slowing your typing down. The hinge legs are just there to help you see the letters and numbers better if you don't know how to touch type.
I don't see nothing, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
Reveals nothing about its taste
Damn,
or
I can't even
the
get that,
smaller
bro.
chili is, the hotter it'll usually be.
I just grabbed your scaffolding and it works.
As believed, but the white
Yeah, I'm trying.
membranes that
Put it back.
hold them.
I'm trying to grab. Put here.
Hidden within the Toblerone logo of the
Get on my
mountain
chest.
is the image.
What are you trying to grab?
Standing on its
Get on
hind
my
legs, about to eat that.
I'll grab it for you, bro.
Now,
Get out of my chest.
this is because bears are a big part of Bern, one of the biggest cities in Switzerland, where the founder created the triangle chocolate tree.
I did not grab
is also
any of my
a play on the
copies.
founder's family name, Tobler, and the Italian word Turone for honey and almond nougat. The space below a cup of noodles is there to protect the noodles during transport. This technique is called a middle suspension. Not only are they protected better in their styrofoam cup, but it also helps those noodles soften more evenly and quickly. Now, even though you might have thought that the hole in the barrel of a ballpoint pen had no purpose, it does. It's called a venting system, which helps the ink flow more smoothly.
Hello?
This way, an even amount of
Hello?
air pressure
Are you gonna go to sleep?
and outside the pen, allowing the ink to flow into the point easily. One of the most recognized logos in the cycling
Don't you do it.
has a hidden item in its famous logo. Inside the Tour de
Alright,
France,
so
Oh shit.
cyclist hides from the O.
Bro, I almost died. Jalen fell asleep.
White keyboards have markings.
No, like dead ass. Jalen's sleeping right now.
Keyboard. You'll see 2 ridges on the F and J keys. Those help you position your hands and find the correct keys without looking. The trend started decades ago when people started taking typing courses, learned to use all 10 fingers while positioning their index fingers on the F and J keys.
that should be all
Why
we
you
need.
yawn?
Okay.
Now, folks used to believe that people yawn because their body needs to take in more oxygen. But that theory was revised in the 2014 physiological research. Scientists studied 120 individuals and found that yawning happened more in the summer and less in the winter. It's the brain's immediate response to regulating its temperature when it gets hot. Yawning also helps you wake up. The movement stretches your lungs and lets your body flex both the joints and muscles.
Hang on.
Another
Juliana
study explains
Douglas.
that contagious yawning in humans has to do with empathy. Why do you snore when you're...
I love how it's like muffled so they can't hear you.
Well, that happens because air can't move freely.
Glug 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 glug.
It's to vibrate, hence your dinosaur-like sound. It doesn't happen.
Yeah. Ba 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 blah 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 blah.
Transportation, John
Applesauce.
purchased several dozen used cars for his business. To make the vehicles stand out, he painted them yellow after reading a study by the University of Chicago, which said this color was the most distance. In Europe, yellow cats had already toured the streets, but their career was short-lived. However, in 2013, green painted cats appeared in the city. Through GPS analysis, the taxi commission found that some areas in New York had limited access to taxis.
I wonder if Jason has any
green vehicles called borough taxis picked up passengers from those left-out areas to fill in the gaps.
I don't know if there's anything in there.
Have solar cells.
Ow.
The first solar calculator hit the shelves in the late 1970s. Back then, scientists began experimenting with cheaper solar cells than the ones
She
used
said she's joining after she's done feeding her dog.
Calculators were among the first products to have them to both house
She's feeding her dog right now.
to work. In the 1990s,
Feeding her dog?
companies
Yes.
said more solar power goods.
Why would she feed her dog?
But they
I said she's feeding her dog.
moved to larger products. Such
You're,
as lights and
you're still
iOS
saying the same thing. Why would she feed her dog, bro?
Why do you
Feeding. Like F, like fuck.
Fabric in the elbows.
Fuck.
It was easier and cheaper to
Are you
replace just
saying
those parts than buy a brand new coat. Later, university professors and teachers began wearing them.
Fuck.
This came in handy when the elbows rubbed against the desk and writing board. Traditionally, they were made of leather, suede, or heavy wool. But today, the patches are for aesthetic purposes. Why notebooks have page margins? In the olden days, paper was a sweet treat for rats, mice, and other rodents. To avoid losing valuable information from books and notebooks, people began leaving empty spaces around the edges. That's where most of the damage occurred. Notebooks were printed. The margins stayed for notes, dates, and comments. In books,
let's not do that.
for both printing purposes and to prevent the information.
We got a problem.
Regular wear and tear.
I'm not bringing this.
Why toothpaste?
I'm dying.
Bars on them.
Imagine.
That the colored rectangles have something to do with the ingredients of the toothpaste.
Alright, let's go.
But the color bars are there
But I'm dying.
to indicate to the machine
I know.
where the package must be cut, folded, and sealed. Different color codes.
Thanks for the help.
Packaging machines. I like the other story better. How Play-Doh was created. When this putty first came out,
Can
it was intended as a
I was doing that. Oh no, Julie, pick up my stuff, please, 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 please.
but soon the vinyl
Why?
papers came
I got Spawn back at Spawn.
for the product. Someone in the inventor's family read a newspaper article about making crafts using baby putty.
Bro, I was starting to play around and then I freaking actually died, bro.
The product was rebranded as the beloved.
I got all your levels.
How many levels did I have?
I don't know, but I was at like 3 and I got
long-lasting adhesive, but ended up
Okay, well,
glue instead.
can you die now?
His invention without success. His
now.
colleagues suggested using it to temporarily stick books.
I want my levels back.
And bingo, post-it notes appeared. The yellow color occurred coincidentally because the lab next to them
You won't get them back.
had
You know,
yellow
you die, you like lose like a
Now
certain
here's
amount.
the trick. Instead of putting the box grater
I know.
vertically on top of a plate, put it horizontally, with no plate underneath, of course. This way, you won't risk scraping your knuckles, because all your fingertips will eventually touch the grater when you reach the end of the process. Also, it gives the grater more stability, when otherwise you'd have to balance the grater or even hold it in the air
Bro.
with the other hand. When you're done,
Say C-U-N-T, but like say the whole word.
turn it on its side to pour the contents
Why would I say that?
into the plate.
Because that's exactly what my teacher
The
is.
bacteria that breed in the water. Since copper has some antibacterial properties,
Bro, I have so many freaking levels right now, bro.
enjoy the flowers for that little bit longer. An easy way to check if your garden has dried completely. Put a small mirror in between the layers about 5 minutes. If the mirror is steamed up when you pick it up, it means the sheets are still
Is Lacey at your house?
enjoy until the mirror stops getting cloudy.
Is Lacey at your house?
It's a lovely breeding ground for fungi and bacteria.
Raymond, shut up.
If you have a
Wait, what?
very healthy product eating in front of you,
Bro, that's gay as fuck.
you'll be surprised at how much crumbs and grime there is inside people. Now, you can just
Wow, I see how it is, Lacey.
of course, but that's not very good for any piece of tech. So instead, take a
Well, fuck you too.
The slime will fill the entire space between the keys and its sticky property.
Pretty sure I had boots, a chest plate, and freaking pants.
Plastic bottle. Break the necessary number of eggs into a bowl, and then take an empty plastic bottle and squeeze it. Hold the bottle over the yolk and release. It'll pull in air and the yolk together, leaving the white in the bowl. Repeat with the rest of the yolks, and you're done. And that's no yolk. If you're tired of spitting out the stones when eating cherries, or want to make a cherry pie,
I'm just gonna make sure that I have that stuff.
also, many garlic presses have a special tool on their handle that can be used exactly for that. It can be a nuisance if you do it manually. Instead, fill it with hot water and add some liquid soap or detergent, then run it for about 10 seconds. Rinse it afterwards, and it's clean. Plaster walls can crumble, flake, and spread dust all over the floor when you hammer nails into it. Cut a strip of masking tape and stick it to the place you want to hammer a nail in. The tape won't let the plastic crack and crumble, leaving the hole neat and clean. Small scratches and dents on wooden furniture.
Hello.
With some
Hi.
toothpaste or walnut. For toothpaste, rub a pea-sized amount
Alright, bro, whatever.
of scratch
I don't care
with a
anymore.
cloth, then wipe the leftovers with a damp cloth.
I'm over at that one dirt house.
Brain-shaped nut and rub it into
There
the
is no dirt house.
the area.
Yeah, okay, that freaking wood house with dirt in it. How about that?
Absorb the oil from the nut.
So they just have it on the floor, yeah.
The sticky residue
Bro,
in jars.
what are you talking about? The whole house is almost dirt.
Detergent. So take some vegetable oil
Where are you
instead.
going?
Soak the cotton pad
To you.
and wipe the sticky.
Yeah, behind you.
Let it sit for a while.
Oh, hey.
Away together with the residue. If you can't comfortably reach the wick of a candle with a lighter, hey, take a stick.
My pants were kind of
and
enchanted.
get a burning stick that's easy to use for hard to reach
Kids know
places.
they weren't.
Now, next time
Okay,
your
whatever.
razor blade's getting dull, try rubbing it backwards
That's
on
all
a
you got,
pair of
right?
jeans for razor
No.
while you're wearing them.
Or yeah, you're sore.
Make sure you keep
Yeah.
the blades dry too, or even kept in mineral oil. That'll stop them.
Shit, we gotta go back.
Keep all those jelly, ketchup, peanut butter, and mayo fresher for longer in your fridge by turning the contents upside down. This creates a partial vacuum inside the container, helping prevent mold growth. Storing ice cream upside down will prevent freezer burn too. To bring your permanent marker back to life, simply put a few drops of rubbing alcohol into the felt material inside.
Bro, can I take all these
Once
beetroots?
the felt absorbs the rubbing alcohol for a couple of minutes, the marker will be
So?
as good as new.
What about all the sugar cane?
Lettuce goes black too quickly. Covering it with a dry paper towel
I'll
and
meet
then
you at
placing it in an airtight container will help it keep.
Nah, really?
This goes for any leafy greens you've got left.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
The sticking out of the cap of your favorite cream is there for a reason.
Who's gonna die?
These tubes are usually sealed with.
I have food.
Unless you love breaking your nails
Yeah,
trying to
that was
open it,
right, right.
just flip the cap over.
What?
Push.
Right, guys.
Your body
I have a bed.
will not stay in place if the grooves aren't facing the right way. They should always be on the bottom, close to your head. Still coming loose? Well, put a squeeze of hairspray right onto the bobby pin before you put it
Guess
in
what,
your hair. Now, your
What?
rounds pack has those strings
I
on
want
it,
pretty
so
good.
you can hang it on a handy hook in the bathroom. But there's no need to loosen and tighten it back up every time. Check out the bottom of the pack. It has a.
Okay, hang on. Let me just place a bed here, bro.
And you're good to go.
The heck am I bouncing on, bro? Okay, there we go.
Soda bottles are always filled in such a way that there's some space between the liquid level and the can. That's because these drinks contain carbon dioxide. This gas can expand if the bottle gets heated. If there's no air gap in the bottle, it'll burst
What?
because of the pressure building inside.
You know that small teddy bear I got from her?
Yeah?
I'm cuddling with it right now.
You're playing with it?
No, I'm cuddling it.
Oh. The one you got from the fair?
Yeah.
Bro, I thought you was gonna give that to me.
I was, but I was like, it's a $20 fair that I didn't buy myself. So fuck you, bro.
Well, you're the one who freaking, said, well, I was gonna give it to you, but you're a weirdo, so.
When cheese is almost ready, these bacteria release carbon dioxide.
Where are you going?
Gas forms bubbles.
To my house, so I could set my respawn point?
Cats know different
Alright,
things
well.
because of their hunting instincts. Your cat is simply checking whether the thing is alive or not. Or it might want your attention. Cats are smart and know that when something is broken. When the pizza dough is ready, it gets
Well, sorry,
This process removes lumps and creates its circular shape. It's more convenient to bake a round pizza. This way, it gets heated evenly. Plus, it's easier to cut a round pizza into equal parts. There have been reports of raining frogs, fish, and other unusual stuff dating back to ancient civilizations. Strong winds, such as those in a tornado or a hurricane, sometimes get so powerful that they can lift up a school of fish.
Julie, when I was wearing the freaking frog costume, it was hot as hell, dude. Like, literally, the face, like, it was so close to my face, and it was just so hot in there. And I had to stand outside where it was raining all over.
Flowers have different colors because of the color pigments they contain.
So,
Other factors, for example, the
Alright, then.
amount of heat they receive while growing, or the temperature of the
We're gonna go find the place to find.
The soda can have an impact on flowers' coloration. By tipping their head, dogs try to understand all you're saying correctly. It's the way to adjust their ears to the sounds they
Wait a minute.
It may also be the way to show their empathy to the owner. Or they have something stuck in them. Tickling is best to cause a laughter reflex, but nothing will happen if you tickle yourself.
Julie, I have one person who was in the stream. They left, though.
Your girlfriend?
I don't know if it was her. She left me, bro.
Is a system identifier. For example,
Hey, bitch.
She left me for a rich guy.
3 is used
Because you left me for the dog.
The next 5
What the dog doing?
by the manufacturer. And the following 5 are the product's number. The last one is the check digit. Scanners need it to make sure they've read the code correctly.
I don't even know where you are.
I crossed the lake.
Well, I didn't.
Another reason I have an earworm is that you hear some
Well, you know what I want to do?
and easily detect them.
Kid, where are you going?
Items are filled with a special
Kid,
transparent
I'm like,
that can glow
I'm behind you.
yellow and light green.
I don't care, bro. I'm not trying to go mining, actually, bro.
Alright, bye. What?
Photocopyers perceive yellow
Oh, no,
and
what?
green marks as very pale and don't.
For what?
With age, your hair loses its natural color.
What?
It happens because keratin receives less.
What about it?
As people grow older, the pigment cells in their hair follicles gradually diminish.
How do you find out?
And
Show.
hair becomes rare. Some time passes and no pigment is produced at all. That's when hair turns white.
Hey, guess what, Raymond?
Trees stop growing in a certain age.
It's fixed.
Because when a tree reaches a particular height,
So you're really snitching on nothing.
pull water from the soil.
Go see.
All the way to the top.
Because I'm going mining right now. Oh!
Some trees, like the baobab,
Jordan, I found the fucking coolest thing ever.
What?
It's like a Raymond, get out!
immune system perceives the insect saliva as a foreign substance.
No one wants
So it starts a special reaction.
it's like a waterfall of lava.
Produced by the immune system
A lava fall.
called histamine.
It's a lava fall? What the hell?
And it causes
For real though. It is, bro. It's like a for-real level.
Sydney says she's waiting for her YouTube to load on her TV. She still hasn't joined. So that Zoe girl, or whoever that is, it wasn't her.
I got rid of the lava flow.
I don't know what I want to do to this freaking thing. Because I'm staying home because I want to, like, do something here.
I'm dead.
Hey!
Of course, it was illegal. To prevent this kind of fraud, they invented round coins. After that, it instantly became obvious when the coins
I survived. I fell in lava.
Kid, I don't care.
Kid, imagine dying from lava.
Kid, guess what happened?
You died from lava.
No, that was you.
I get it.
What you're going to?
Those metal rivets most Jeeps have. There are more than design shows.
I found this like big ass head,
That
bro.
experience the most
Good
strange
for you.
pocket at the front of your jeans? Well, first of all, it isn't really a fifth pocket. Originally, jeans were made with 4 pockets, including that little one in front. The little pocket, though, was important a long time.
Julie.
Oh, that's a lot of watch.
That pocket kept the watches protected, but also handy. And then people became so used to it that jeans just look weird without one.
I just found
Another strange
Bro! That literally just is a gold mine, bro.
What if I told you that those exact
What?
stitches
Nothing.
hold the whole shirt together? Well, then I would be lying. And I'm
Let's go.
But back in the 19th,
And I know exactly what I'm doing with it.
first, the V stitch was initially used to add a patch of stretchy rib fabric to the shirt so that it could fit over our big heads more easily. Secondly, these shirts were
So
specifically
big ass
designed for
fucking thing,
sports.
bro.
So the V included an additional piece of fabric to absorb the sweat that would build up during a game or a workout. As stretchy fabric became readily available,
Right here. Yup.
the V lost its traditional value.
Okay.
But like the tiny jeans,
So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to build
member of our big-headed ancestors,
this long thing of extra longness.
is the golf course. You will see quite a few fashion disasters, sure, but sweat, not so much. Golf was invented around the 16th century.
Are we still in freaking
Then the ball was perfectly round and smooth.
I believe so.
The ball would become deadly for use, and at some point, golf
Oh, it's so
discovered
nice.
that these imperfections actually helped the ball fly farther. Dimples were added on purpose in the 1900s when it was found out that they reduced the aerodynamic drag that slowed down a smoother ball. And the dimples
So this
made
game
the
has already
ball
been
easier to
explored, so
control.
let's see it.
And no, not all golf balls are created equal. The number of
Okay, so now
with one company
that I have what I'm gonna build, I have to have a few shovels actually.
need a quick, refreshing drink.
Do I have any cobblestone? I have too much
Created
cobblestone.
back in 1963 are very convenient. But why do they have these large triangular flaps on top? Their lifted flaps act as hand grips. This stops you from accidentally squeezing a full box and spilling juice all over the place. Like
I
on your
could
favorite
jump
t-shirt
down right
or
now,
the new
but-
couch.
I don't want this hoe.
When golfing, grab your backpack with that leather diamond patch with 2 vertical openings. It's commonly referred to
What
as
is
a
it?
lash tail, but I much prefer its other name, pig snout. I mean, it certainly looks like one. You typically find these pig snouts on patch used by hikers and climbers. The diamond is a place to tie any extra gear that they may be carrying, like boots, cooking equipment, or sleeping bags.
Nice.
But these lash tabs are also becoming more common on smaller backpacks. They're a nod to the past, but just as useful. Attach your running shoes to one next time you head to the gym, keeping those stinky things away from the rest of your clothes. Now, I'm sure you're a great driver, But for years, you've probably been neglecting an important safety feature right in front
hello? Like, what the hell?
of your rearview mirror.
Okay, there we go.
Tab located at the bottom center. It's high time you started using it. When this is flipped forward, the mirror is in
Dude, I
daylight,
have to
providing a strong reflection of
I don't want to tow.
the car. Flipping the tab
Shit, I gotta do something real quick on my phone.
This reduces the brightness of the headlights behind,
Huh?
resulting in a safer drive. Another cool car tip?
I mean, I can't.
Borrowing from a friend, using a rental, or a delivery at a house plan.
Because I said shit.
Indicator to let you know which side the gas tank is on. It's a tiny arrow next to the pump icon that points either left or right. Where the arrow points, that's
What
where
about
the
it to
gas tank
say?
can be found. And it's one less thing you have to remember.
Yep.
Okay, off to the grocery store. A regular shop
But I won't.
has a useful feature
I need you.
that overlook it.
I'm about to die.
Parts usually include loops in the metal frame, often behind the child seat. As you bag your groceries, hang the loops with fragile or squishable items, like eggs or bread, on these loops. Now they're out of harm's way when you toss that giant watermelon into the cart. Later, when you're unloading your groceries, do yourself a favor and grab that box of plastic wrap. You know, the one that is impossible to unroll without the whole tube coming out while the plastic wrap sticks to itself. Check out either end of the box, and you'll see small tabs that you are supposed to push in. This helps to hold the roll in place so you can easily pull the plastic wrap out without all the fuss. Aluminum foil boxes also have these tabs. Now that you can finally use that plastic wrap, try this peeling pack. Separate that bunch of bananas and cover each stem in some plastic wrap. The stem releases a gas called ethylene. When it reaches the rest of the banana, it encourages the fruit to ripen and turn blind. If you wrap the stems, your bananas will last longer. So anyone who's ever lit a Nintendo Switch cartridge will confirm they taste bad, and the bitterness stays in your mouth for a while. You can thank denatonium benzoate for that. It's one of the most unpleasant tastes out there, and carts are coated with it so people and pets won't accidentally swallow them. Before we had better storage for books and records,
Oh my god, Julie, guess what?
and rats could easily munch on.
I'm on air.
They only chew around the edges. Margin lines were put there to keep the writing away from the edge, so you don't lose any important information to the rodents. Take a closer look at your red Solo party cup. The lines around it are for measuring liquids. The bottom line equals 1 ounce.
Now she's waiting for her cheer coach
And the
to
top line
answer her
equals
question.
12 ounces in your cup. You've probably been storing your peanut butter wrong your whole life. The trick is to keep the jar upside down so the oils don't come up on the surface. Sometimes screwdrivers are meant to work together with wrenches. It helps especially if you're working at an awkward angle.
Well, I mean, like,
What's your coach's coach?
wouldn't she tell me though?
Next time, you put in a hook screw, put the screw on
What?
your drill.
I'm pretty sure the coach won't answer because, you know, it's 11 p.m.
If you don't have a screw,
Okay, well, that's not my fault.
the black grating on your microwave door is called
Trying to not.
a shield. It
Trying
prevents
to
the
not.
rays from escaping the oven. But get this,
That's
it can
you.
also block phone signals. So if you're tired of endless calls and texts,
Yeah,
put
that's
your phone in the
problem.
microwave. Just don't turn it on.
Listen, bro, you're just mad that Jacob doesn't like you.
And in between the holes for the candy, push it. The chocolate surrounding it will
There's
pop
that
right
goddamn
out of their
word.
snug little compartments. You shouldn't have to push the
We're
sweet
going
on the bottom though. This way is much quicker. You try to pull out some aluminum foil, but the roll keeps coming out of the box. It's not supposed to. Push in the tabs on the sides of the box. They'll hold the roll in place. Don't throw away those little silica gel packets you get in new shoes and
I gotta shoot something out of the house.
You can use them
No!
in any place it goes.
Because I'm about to freaking build my castle.
With the silica gel packet, it'll get the water
Dude, why would you build a
from in
castle?
your shoes to keep them smelling fresh. Take
Why wouldn't I?
of your pet's food container to keep mold
There's
out.
only one good castle on here. It's not yours.
Women sure,
Well, you know, thanks for the support.
even though most people are right-handed.
Oh, what?
It comes from the times when upper-class ladies would have handmaidens
Oh,
dress
what?
them. The wearer's left became the dresser's right, so it was easy for them. Pants creases
It's not
have
about
that story
it.
too. To squeeze in as many goods as possible to transport them, folded cans got heavily pressed. It was next to impossible to get rid of the resultant creases, so why not make them fashionable?
You should build a house in the mushroom.
There's a loop.
I'm building a house. I'm building a house.
You can hang it without.
Oh no, I'm building a castle
Fun fact: back in the day, it showed
in the freaking sand.
guys used to cut those loops off once they. Usually made of brass.
No, not a sand castle.
Copper alloys for a reason.
It's gonna be a stone castle.
Microbial effect. They get rid of germs pretty fast, within a couple of hours. But you still have to wash your hands after touching doorknobs. Rough edges on the sides of coins come from an ancient practice. The weight of coins made from precious metals used to show the real value of the coin. People would chip off the edges, melt them together, and make new coins from what they collected. To avoid that, ridges were added, so you could see if a coin had been tampered.
I think Swerve is horse.
Toothpaste stripes
The what?
are no more than a mark.
Horse.
The what?
A leading toothpaste
horse!
introduced a blue stripe to show
I didn't give you a horse.
double the action.
You put a horse
Some
in the
white
boat.
toothpastes have the same functions though.
Yeah, well that horse is slower than freaking shit, so.
The toothpaste stripes. When they
I know,
fade,
but-
it's time to change your
Horse is
toothpaste.
a horse.
Take the lid off your to-go cup and turn it upside
And now I'm gonna go find
Get
one.
an instant
I'm gonna bring
coaster.
home.
It has a rim on the inside that your cup
Well, too bad for you. I already have a home.
your soda in a bottle. Check out the little plastic disc in the cap.
I have a saddle.
Keep the gases in your carbonated drink. Without it,
Not my saddle.
brown water.
But I have a saddle.
Detachable
Mine?
car can be used to break the window in case you get stuck in. Just don't go swinging.
Okay, as long as you didn't take mine.
Slide one of the prongs in between the pages.
Julie, stop, for real.
Pull the headrest back towards yourself, and the window will shatter. Don't forget about the tab on the bottom of your rearview mirror. Pull it back during night.
You better not have touched it, Julie.
Someone's behind you. Their headlights won't be blinded. Pull the tab forward again for daytime.
Julie, stop, for real.
The spoon to your McFlurry looks so weird with all those tabs because it's actually fitted to the ice cream machine to stir your treat. Fast foam isn't only for fun.
I can go to your house right now and destroy the ender chest,
That's why
for
it's
real.
warm for longer. The air inside it acts as insulation, but it only works for acrylic bathtubs. Ones made from metal lose heat really
Yeah, but you can't get that back.
Small holes on your headphones let the air circulate.
You can't get the stuff that's inside of it back.
Good sound quality. Wooden hangers
How?
may be bulky, but you should still opt for them over plastic or metal. Hangers made from cedar keeps moths away. The oils in the wood are a natural insect repellent. You can also add some dry orange peels to your closet to keep the bugs away. Now, who hasn't gone through the confusing task of having to measure how much pasta to cook for one serving? Well, here's the solution. The holes in the center of pasta spoons. They were actually made for measuring the exact amount of dry pasta you need for one serving. If you try stuffing wet cooked pasta through it, well, good luck with that. On a similar topic, have you ever wondered why pin caps have holes in them? Maybe you thought it was a design feature to regulate air pressure. But in reality, these holes have a much simpler and more important function: to reduce the risk of choking. Now, lots of people love to bite on their caps, and this tiny hole prevents them from choking in case they accidentally swallow a cap and it gets stuck in their throat. For kitchen lovers, there's a hidden secret right in front of your eyes that can change your life. Think hands. Now think handles. Right.
Bro, what are you talking about, bro?
As it turns out, these holes were designed to hold the spoon you're using for cooking. And instead of dripping sauce all over the stove or your kitchen floor, you can place the spoon in the hole and let it drip the sauce directly back into the pan. Speaking of everyday items, and I was, most doorknobs are made of brass because this material makes them naturally germ-free. Unlike plastic ones, brass doorknobs are kind of magical. They can disinfect themselves without you having to clean them. Neat, right? Have you ever noticed that at the bottom of a measuring tape, there is a little dip? You can find it in that metallic part you need to pull on to measure something. Well, that dip is actually the exact size of a regular nail. It was designed for people to place the tape on top of a nail and use it as a support while they stretch the tape. Well, I can't wait to try it out for myself. As for the margins in your notebook, they were invented to protect people's notes from mice. No, the mice weren't copying your answers for the math quiz. Actually, there were times when people had to cohabitate with rats and mice that often chewed on paper. So, to prevent information from getting completely lost, people created margins. This way, text would move closer to the middle of pages and remain unharmed by rodents. Perhaps this is where to digest information came from. And what about those tiny holes at the bottom of airplane windows? They have an extremely important function of regulating the air pressure inside the cabin. In other words, they help planes fly high up in the sky. Big responsibility, right? By the way, tray tables on an airplane are the germiest places inside the entire cabin. Studies show that the trays had 8 times the amount of germs on the toilet flush button. Now, how about we cut a commercial airplane in half and see what's inside? Well, it would look more or less like this. Rows of seats on top and everything else that needs to be stored at the bottom. I'm talking about passengers' luggage, emergency supplies, parts of the wing system, and so on. Moving on to bowling balls. Yes, I know it's a clumsy transition. Anyway, have you ever wondered what the insides of a bowling ball look like? If you have cut a professional ball in two, you'll see a familiar shape. Look closely. Do you see it? Doesn't that look like the logo of Brightside? Anyway, professional bowling balls are different from the ones in your local bowling alley. That's because they're designed to make fancy moves. They actually have some really complex engineering inside. They're shaped to help skilled professionals get more strikes. The weight of professional bowling balls is designed to be projected inward as they travel down the bowling lane. This makes it harder for them to get into the gutters on the sides of the lane. Speaking of balls, let's take a look inside a baseball. To make it light and aerodynamic, producers use several different layers. Starting from the core, we have a cork center enveloped by black rubber. Then there's a layer of red rubber, followed by 2 or 3 alternating layers of wool yarn. After that, there's a visible white leather cover and that beautiful red seam on the side, stitching it all together. And what if you had X-ray vision and managed to look inside a human bone? Ooh, spooky. I'd say what calls most attention is this spiderweb-like situation at the center of the bone. In reality, it's a highly condensed and complex structure of nerves that you have inside your bones. Aren't you lucky? Now, I've got a riddle for you. What is round, can be found near the ocean, and looks like an aerial view of the Guggenheim Museum in New York City, the one that's made almost entirely of rants? If you said a nautilus shell, hey, then you guessed right. A nautilus is a shellfish whose house you can find in countless souvenir stores near the beach. It's made up of 2 layers, a matte white outer layer and an iridescent white inner layer. And if you were to cut it in half, it would look very similar to the insides of the Guggenheim Museum. For the line crew, think of theirs. There's Granger. Supplies and solutions for every industry. That's 24/7 support for 250. All Granger.com. Just stop by. Granger. For alarms, we get it done. So, making a mistake with a pencil is easy to fix. You just use the pink side, right? And with ink, you just flip the eraser and use the blue part. Wrong. And you just wrecked a perfectly good piece of paper. That's because the blue part is actually also for pencil. Mind blown. The blue side of the eraser is for erasing mistakes on thicker paper, where the softer pink side just can't get the job done. A vegetable peeler isn't just for potatoes or carrots. You can use it to shave off thin slices of onion. Hey, I just saved you time, stress, and a whole bunch of tears. It's also good for cutting perfect thin slices of cheese. Everything's better with cheese. The diagonal leather patch on backpacks isn't just for decoration. It's there to hold your nasty shoes. Backpacks are made for the outdoors, with pockets to hold water bottles, pens, maps, coins, and maybe even tiny dogs. So it makes sense to tie up your muddy shoes on the outside of your bag. Placing a wooden spoon across the top of a pot of pasta can stop it from turning into a volcano situation. The bubbles get all confused when they come into contact with the spoon's water-repellent surface, and they retreat back into the pot. Victory. Less mess and more pasta. If you're pre-rinsing your dishes like you were told to, you might be getting worse results from your dishwasher. Most modern dishwashers have sensors inside them to sense how dirty your plates are. Then they unleash a controlled jet of water to get all of that stuff off. Scrape any solid food into your compost bin and stack them up properly. Let the dishwasher do the hard work. Dropping an open juice box can turn a relaxing Sunday into a day of cleaning up a sticky mess. The manufacturers know how you feel and how clumsy you can be. That's why they put little handles on the cartons. Flip up the flaps at the top of the juice box. Okay, now you can totally space out. Blenders are designed to have the liquids put in first. To make the perfect smoothie, add your milk, coconut water, yogurt, or whatever you use in first. Then your berries and spinach and whatever. You can thank me later. You're welcome. Ever pull the foil lid off a pudding or one of those mini applesauce things and realize you don't have a spoon with you? Don't worry, there's a trick for that, hidden in the foil. Give it a little fold, and it's good to go. Now, it's not really a spoon, more of a mini shovel, but it gets the job done. Or you can use your fingers instead. No. No more sacrificing your fingernail on that keyring your friend got you in Cabo. For a frustration-free way to add a new key to your ring, grab a staple remover and wedge its teeth between the coils. Create even more space by pressing down. Now, there's no need to cry over spilled milk. Pouring milk out of a carton can sometimes lead to messy accidents. Unless you use this simple trick. Turn the carton around and pour it out that way. What? It may seem weird, but once you try it, you'll never go back. Have you ever tried to pull out a square of plastic wrap only to have the whole roll jump out of the box in excitement? Not anymore. There's little cardboard tabs on the sides to hold the tube in place, making it easy to glide the film out. Just push them in and never be frustrated again. Never. Using a plunger on a clogged kitchen sink or toilet can be annoying, but have you really got the right tool for the job? One is the standard bowl-shaped rubber head. This is perfect for flat surfaces like a sink or a tub. The other one has a narrower head on it, specifically designed for toilet pipes. Having a cold drink on a hot summer's day is so refreshing. But what do you do if your soda bottle is still warm? Cry? The always handy paper towel is here to save the day. With the towel, wrap it around the bottle and place it in the freezer for 15 to 20 minutes. Presto, a nice cold beverage. When you look at a check and see MP near the signature line, it means the check printer used microprint as an extra security feature. To the untrained eye, it looks like a normal line. Tricky stuff. Elevators have many tricks up their sleeves. Not that they actually wear coats or anything. Pressing the floor button twice to turn it off, holding the closed door button and your floor together to get an express ride, does that actually work? But what about that secret hole in the outside door? Is someone looking in on your bored, resting elevator face? As cool as that would be, it's only for maintenance people to open the elevator and fix any problems. Cutting cherry tomatoes can be extremely boring, one tomato at a time. Surely, there's a quicker way to do this. Well, try placing a bunch of them between two plates. Slice in between and enjoy perfectly cut cherry tomato halves. It's not an accident that soy sauce bottles have two spouts. The sauce is liquid and it flows out of the bottle pretty quickly once you turn it over. Most Asian food lovers have smelled it at least once in a lifetime. That's why nowadays, restaurants prefer serving soy sauce in special bottles that have two spouts. This design allows you to control when and how sauce will come out. Just put your finger on one spout when you pour the sauce through another. If you press your finger tightly to the spout, the sauce will stop flowing, and if you remove your finger, it will flow again. Oh, nuts. Not all pistachios are easy to get. Therefore, people have come up with many devices and life hacks to split the hard peel. But what if you don't have any useful tools around you? Well, try to open a pistachio with another pistachio. These little candles in metal cups are called tea lights for a reason. Japanese tea houses initially used them for keeping the tea warm during traditional tea ceremonies. And today, you don't need any special equipment to do the same thing at home. Put the candle in a bowl and place your kettle